All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys about different types of patina. Um, and there's really basically a couple different types of patina that people call patina, and then there's some people that just have old junk that they call patina. And this is actually a good car for patina because it's it's not the original paint, but it's original color repaint, and this one it has a lot of rust, but what I'm going to tell you a couple of things that people would do to do it. And some people say, "Oh, well, just leave the original paint and just do some, you know, just repair the stuff and leave a primer." And that's not, to me, doesn't look like a patina. That looks just like, whoops, we didn't paint it. We just kind of left it that way and fixed the rust and didn't finish the job. And to me, there's the real patina. If you're going to do a patina ride, is to either, let's say you have paint that's faded all the way out, and there's, like that fender is not like a real patina that's been sanded, and it doesn't look like, it was some sort of worn off paint. That looks cool to me, but when it's just sanded like that, it just looks like rusty junk, and it doesn't look good. So what you have to make it's probably harder to do a patina ride than it actually is to do a regular car. But the thing that's cool about that is when it is something like this where it's original paint, and there's a difference. Then there's another thing that people do is this rat rods. Okay, rat patina is different than just a regular patina original. So what I'm thinking about doing with this car is doing a regular patina original, and I'm not sure yet. It all depends on how hard it's going to be to keep the patina and still actually keep the structure of the car being strong enough. Because if I just try to rat rod it, it's obviously been run like that for years. I think they just left this thing and just drove it and drove it and drove it and drove it until it just wouldn't go anymore, until they were just like, oh, I think I'm going to fall through the floor, so we better stop driving it, so that sort of thing. And maybe it got too cold in the winter because it was from Indiana. So we're going to talk about these things real quick here. So to do a patina car, to me, I got to structurally fix this rust here. If you left that way, then it would just not, it would take away from the structure of the car. So and some of the other rust inside. So if you look here at the floors, they're vented all the way along. The piece in the back here is pretty well vented. Let's take a look here. And those are the rocks on the ground, not rocks inside the car. They are the ground. So that is basically Flintstone. So that has to be fixed. You can't drive a car like that. It's got, the heater channels are broken all the way through, both sides. And in the front, you can see daylight going through the floors down there, and through the heater channels. So, and through some of the inner rocker. Look at this nice fix. If you see here, that's galvanized sheet metal. Not quite the way that I do it, to say the least. And then some of this cancer-causing rust here needs to be treated. The front beam actually is rusted all the way through. It doesn't even have any shocks because they were rusted out. I have all that. I have a different chassis with all the parts on it. So what to maintain the patina of the car and keep it structurally sound, I have to replace the heater channels. So if you leave them primer, then they're going to rust. So you have to put something on to protect them. So the basic way I'm thinking about doing this, if I do the patina, and I'm probably going to do this at least for now. It's not going to be done for a while, but it is going to get done probably this way, is to actually replace the rusted areas and then touch up the paint that's there. And then people go, oh, touch up the paint. No, you touch it up and then you make it still look old. So a lot of guys, you think they have patina old cars, and they are not really the actual original paint. Most of them, they do things like color blending and matching and stuff like that. Because see, originally this car would have had a turn signal about right here up in the front of the fender, and the fenders were replaced, and so was the hood. So if you look at a 1960, this is a 1960, so the front hood would be a flat 4-tab hood, and it's got a three-hole hood. It's a nice original hood, but it is a 3-hole hood. So so what you have to do is one of two things. Somebody says, oh, replace the hood with the original hood, and I'm like, well, there's not very many of them left. So there's a couple of different options. One, you can actually cut this section out right here and replace it with flat metal, which is perfectly legitimate, and then drill your holes in it, and it's basically a 4-tab hood, same hood. So that might be what I'll do, and then put the proper hood prop on here for the early car. So you see here, you see how this doesn't look as green up here, it looks more brownish. It looks to me like this was front end was repainted, and this was painted up here because that part's painted right there. So and also these were black normally. So what you want, if you want to have a patina car, you don't just wash it and drive it. You want it to look like it was, like if it was just sitting somewhere, and somehow, you know, whether it was sitting outside or sitting inside or whatever. If it was sitting outside, then you'd have all your paint faded off on the top surfaces, which looks cool. If it was sitting inside somewhere, then it's, you know, it's going to look not like, you know, might look kind of like this car does, but with, it wouldn't, definitely wouldn't have something like that. So the whole idea is to give people the illusion. It's not necessarily that you're doing it. You have, it's not that it happened. It's that you're giving people the illusion that the car was, you know, this car that just some miraculously just outside. And tons of guys do this, and you don't even know it. So I'm trying to explain it to you guys, because some guys think, hey, you just leave it rusty and drive it. You know, it's like, no, that's not the way it's done to make it a real patina car. It's work. You have to make it look right, like it's just some kind of really bitchin' car that was in really good shape, that just sat outside and sat in a time warp. That's the whole concept of the patina that I know about. So there is rat patina, which would be more like what we're looking at right here. But this car is a little bit too nice for a rat patina. It's if it was rat patina, I would say, you know, it would have to be worse than this. It would have to be like dented, rollover damage, and or leave it really rusty, you know. But it's, the rust is too bad for that. So like if I left the quarters all, you know, hanging out and holes in them, and then had, you know, the floors be solid or something like that, then it would be like a rat patina. But it's not really one or the other. It's kind of between them. So you have to decide, you know, I'm not going to ruin the car and make it worse. And I think it'd be better to make it a little bit better and give it a regular, you know, original patina look. So that, you know, that's a little bit about patina and how, you know, the proper way to do it is. And, you know, you've seen a lot of people do it wrong, and I've seen a lot of people with just sanded paint and stuff like that, and it looks like, you know, an old sanded up piece of crap. It doesn't look like patina. It just looks like, whoops, what happened here? Are you too cheap to paint it or what? You know, but doing it to where it looks like it belongs that way is really cool. And it can look really nice. Like this wheel, dude, this wheel looks so bitchin'. I mean, the hubcap's crappy. I almost would want a little bit nicer hubcap than that, but look at that patina. That is real patina that's on that wheel. and that's what's it called? Those are actually the colors I think that were supposed to be on my 61 over there. That was like similar to the color that was on the rims that were on it, kind of a blue gray color. It's kind of greenish a little bit, but it's hard to tell because it's so dirty. But you see that looks like a patina wheel. Okay, that's done right. And this is wrong. This fender's wrong. It doesn't work for the look of the car. It looks like obviously the fender was replaced, and that's not, to me, a patina job. A patina job would be the fender looks like the rest of the car, kind of in this nostalgic look that looks like it was just in a time warp, and it's just kind of old looking, but not, you know, dilapidated. It just looks old. Okay, that's a patina. That's a regular patina look, and not, this is more of a, like, this is a real rat patina look. Like if it had all different colors or something, or really weird, or some strange rust or stuff coming all the way through, you know, like the roof was totally you know, faded out all the way through. But you know, I don't like it when people just sand a car or something, do something like this, and they call that patina. It's not really patina. It's like junky, you know. So anyway, we're gonna see. You know, stay tuned. We're gonna have some videos coming up in this car. It's gonna be a little while before we get started on. I got some projects I got finished right now, but if you want to see what real patina looks like, we'll show you what that works out like, and it'll be a good subject for videos. And we'll see how it turns out. This is a really cool bug. It's too bad it's so badly rusted. Look at these heater channels. You didn't get a chance to look at the door. The door's hanging because the heater channels are so rotten. Those are rotten, man. When they're separated from here, you know, when it separates it from the quarter, that's when you got a real problem. It's a lot harder to fix. Right, talk to you guys in the next video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you then.